gets a Midas, you're going to just get a lot of gold income onto your side. And when you get this blink, you can just go make some plays. But yeah, you're playing with Naga. She's going to want to farm her Diffusal Blade, her Manta Style. I mean, she might not go Diffusal Blade, but at the very least, she wants a Manta, she wants a Skadi, she wants something that gives a lot of health to tank up the illusions, so like a Heart or something too. And then she's feeling pretty good about herself. You have... That's a lot of time. That's time for PA to get a Battle Fury.
Yeah, it sure is. And I guess this Lina also, you're playing into double evasion, so Magic Build probably has a lot more effectiveness. It does have the Arcane Boost queued up as well, so probably good indication there as well. Lil already breaking his smoke. Not even 20 seconds into the game. He's already getting his money's worth out of this Enchantress.
Yeah, I suppose I think the more important thing to look at, because you have a lot of farmers, it means that the game will revolve a lot more around mid matchups / supports and their ability to fight. I look at PuckChamp and I'm seeing like war flashbacks of Ench pushing towers and doing like having so much impact on the map. But on the other side of X3 you have a Skywrath and an Undying, and these two heroes, they can, whilst they don't have really good ways to jump and get in there, they do have good ways to punish. There's a lot of nuke damage. They can fight, team fight pretty decently. If Doom wants to get a blink and try and initiate, and you manage to take a fight around like your vision or around your tombstone, his blink's gonna get cancelled. It's gonna be really difficult. You have heal from Soul Rip and Dawnbreaker ult. Maybe this Doom isn't gonna do enough damage. Like you might be relying here on Naga to get really involved.
Okay. We'll see what happens. Already a little bit of an unfortunate sentry placement from PuckChamp. They knew the ward was off to that northern side or the left side of the lane, but just missed out on it. Enric gonna grab the bounty rune there. Both teams getting 2 apiece. Sugarant is getting bullied back a little bit by Lil though. Loses a bit of HP on his way back towards the creep wave.
I think in my final thoughts on how this game will play out later is that X3 have very little to deal with the Naga illusions, so when she gets a lot more gold and items, like you can't just send Skywrath or Undying to push out a wave. It's not gonna work. This Naga will be able to cut waves really effectively. She's playing Dire. She'll do a really good job of like cutting waves and making sure that they're controlling Roshan for that team. It's gonna be hard for you to sneak Rosh on X3 side into an illusion that might just be able to scout the pit.
Yeah.
No problem. Both teams kind of struggle to play around the Rosh pit. Like the Tombstone's probably the nicest spell here.
Nobody, the first 25 minutes not going to see a single Roshan be taken. Everyone's just farming, waiting for their moment to shine.
Yeah, seriously.
So far, a pretty good job up top by X3. They blocked the medium camp that you were mentioning earlier on against this Enchantress with an Observer Ward. They blocked large camp with a Sentry. And they actually come in and block the small camp with another Sentry as well.
Nice. That was great. That's exactly what I'd like to see. I don't think you needed to block the hard camp. I think you could just do it with your body, but fair play to them. That's how they want to play it.
And Lil does have a couple of sentries himself, so we'll see if he actually gets these D-wards going. It's down bottom. SMN trying to counteract Astral's wave dragging. 2 range creeps having a duel in the forest. Where's the deny? Oh. There we go. SMN takes the last hit. Leaves the Doom in a 1v1 against the PA. Up at top, Enric just throwing spells onto Lil, forcing an early salve.
Something has changed. Have you noticed what it is?
What's changed?
The carry didn't die to level 2 Dawnbreaker.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. Yeah, the illusions are chasing this Skywrath mage through the forest. I mean, Enric, it should be fine, right? He's a pretty speedy Skywrath. Yeah, gets himself away from the little Ench as he dewards his medium camp. That middle lane, though, looking real good for Young G.
That's a Lina. What can you do? It's just naturally one of the strongest laners.
And poor little Arc Warden trapped down in the river.
Yeah, you can't be walking like that through the river. You have to go through the high ground. Like the threat from Lina, I don't think he knows what he has skilled, but there's that threat of just tanking a lot of right clicks, or there's that threat of getting Light Striker raid.
2 points in the Dragon Slave. Young G hits level 4 first. Well, silence up at top, but a missed hammer. Lil just sidesteps away.
Naga illusions are weaker than summons, like if you have an enchantress with creeps, or if you have like a Nature's Prophet with treants, but this concept still applies, where it's really hard to... Oh, they're going on bot, but he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's alright with that snowball. He's got his little booties.
The concept still applies where it's really hard for a hero like Skyroth to deal with any type of summon or illusion, just because there's like your concussive shot doesn't hit them. It's just really difficult for you to kind of defend yourself, and that's why you see Crystallize just constantly sending illusions at Skyroth and just super limiting his ability to play the lane.
Hey, go on, eat another tango. Yeah, keep regenning up, just means I'm doing more and more damage. And Lil just spamming out his spells, throwing impetus shots left and right onto that Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
Looks like bottom lane is going decently though for this PA. 19 last hits, 9 denies as well. Doom definitely struggling down here, as that kind of 1v1 or double 1v1 matchup was made with this lane dragging and Undying following the Tusk.
I think Malik would want to max Devour in this lane because the armor that Doom used to have is now all on his Devour. So you, like at level 1 you only get 1 armor, but at level 2 suddenly you have 3 armor and you're playing into a PA. You really do want the armor to sustain yourself. Like between that and a stick, you should be okay.
It doesn't feel like they want to be playing together as the Doom Tusk against this Undying with Decay Tombstone. So yeah, you're very likely not going to be having kill threat. You're more likely to be in these 1v1s just farm trading. Oh, Lil. Very low. Crystallize does get the takedown onto that Sky. And Shogurat trapped in between all these Naga illusions with the Riptides. Really shredding through the Dawnbreaker, getting another one. Lil picks it up. Safe lane Ench Naga getting 2 kills against a Dawnbreaker Sky lane. That's been really well done, keeping them low and within that kill threshold. And all of a sudden they just, right, we're ready. Let's go chase them. And they're going to miss out a lot. They do kill off Young G though. N-Rank rotating in. A little bit of a over-aggression from the Lina.
It's like, alright, I've got 33 last hits, this guy sucks, so I'm gonna dive his tower.
The classic.
Yeah.
Oh, the Tusk in the edge here though. It pops out his little Tempest clone. Natty Narwhal fighting back into the Tusk. Still gonna die to the Enchantress in the end. Might lose his clone as well, but with the Tombstone, both supports from X3 arriving. A double kill comes up for the Arc Warden.
This is nice for PuckChamp, at least, just because it gives Doom some more leeway to actually hit some creep spot, because his lane has been going terribly so far. And Crystallize, I think, is having absolutely 0 issues top, so you're fine leaving him. I think from now on, unless they're looking for a kill threat on Dawnbreaker, they might just leave Crystallize top alone and just try and play more around mid. We're actually seeing both dire supports go bot right now to try and pressure PA.
Well, she's pretty low mana. Get in there with the mana burn creep, but the shard's missing. They need this snowball tag team to pay off as they dive tier 1. Nestsphere. What can you do? You don't have a magic stick, you don't have mangoes, just trying to cut through trees and make a path back to safety. Cut off though by the Sato Mind Stealer as SMN Soul Rips back into the PA. Scorched Earth out the Duke.
What a juke!
Breaking ankles, 5 HP. Oh, another cut through the trees, dodges the shards. The mana bay, he's got no mana, you can't burn anything there, but the snowball. What a buzzkill. Takes down the PA. That would have been a sick escape. But PuckChamp's move does pay off in the end.
That was sick, honestly. It didn't, he died, but the little juke around the trees, the juke to bait out the shards and juke that as well, that was awesome. That was really cool.
Still, keep pushing into that tier 1 with the catapult. Make the most of this. Massive TPs coming down bottom, and the Solar Guardian towards Malik as well. Good response from X3. It does require numbers though. 4 heroes rotating to deal with the trio of PuckChamp, and that leaves Crystallize very happily farming alone top. Looks like Young G still doing very well for himself. Is behind the Arc Warden now in net worth though, because of those couple of kills that got handed to Natty Narwhal.
He's rushing an Aghanims. This arcane build, I don't think I ever thought I would see this on an Arc Warden.
Well, that's not usual, right? We see the kind of Maelstrom, even the Octarine before Aghanims quite often, don't we?
I think so, yeah. I think we see Treads as well as boosts. like just to give more stats, because that is something Arc 1 usually struggles with.
Oh, Young G needs the backup of Astral. Misses shards again. Getting off the mark with those, but he's still going to snowball aggressively, bringing Young G with him for the Laguna Blade finish. These Spark Wraiths starting to stack up and do some meaningful damage on this Lina, while Lil grabs a Hellbear, comes back in with a 2-man Light Strike array from the Lina. Astral wants to move on to this Arc Warden. They'll lose their Lina now, though. And it's time to back up as the Phantom Assassin, 8.5 minutes in, rotates mid. Continues fighting around the rest of her team. What's Lil doing? Chasing the Undying. SMN. Looks like he's going to fall right next to that creep camp.
Oh, close. He nabbed the regen rune. It allowed him to just live a little bit longer. Ench got his number.
Radiant structures are fortified.
X3 are playing pretty decently. I thought the mid fight would go much worse for them just because they were playing around mid with a low mana on supports. The Tombstone was still on cooldown.
Yeah, getting a couple of kills on this Lina's got to feel incredible for this Arc Warden. And he's now 2-1-2 after being dominated in the first 5-6 minutes of the lane. And all these scrappy fights where they're trading a dead even game, 5-6, 1k lead. When you've got two greedy cores getting involved with the PA and continuing to farm, that's going to get your spirits up.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm just thinking about this Ags Rush build because I really think that, yeah, you're like playing against a Nagasar, and it makes sense to me that you would want the Maelstrom because you want the procs to help clear the illusions, and the Gleipnir is going to do a really good job of like controlling her throughout these fights. Like you want to help kite her, you want the double Gleipnir so that even if she mantles it off, you have something else there. Like you want to help support your team and not let them die. This Axe gives you nothing defensive. It feels very risky. I don't think it even like notably speeds up your farming in a way where it's like a farming item to rush. It's okay, but like, is it better than a Maelstrom? I'm unsure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but so far these Spark Wraiths are absolutely pissing off Young G. He's just like running around trying to figure out like, where do I stand, where do I go? Astral, come here, Tusk, tank some for me. You've got Tranquil Boots, just walk through the minefield. Incredibly irritating. And now, yeah, he's got his Tempest double back up again.
I'm just spam more.
Dire's top tower is under
There's probably not a high chance of Nesphere coming mid and helping push that mid tower, so it is just going to be on them to just keep farming. I don't think they're pressed to take it. No one's really angling for an early Roshan. They don't. No, I don't think any team really has that damage. Your Doom, he's got his Midas now. Yeah, everyone's just farming.
Yeah, and Radiant Scan connects on the two smoked heroes that are trying to roam up to top. I got some high ground vision there. Might be able to see Skywrath Mage in a second. Young G absolutely wants to get some momentum now. He's got his Ether Lens. Those past couple of deaths have definitely hindered him. Bottom of the net worth of all the cores at this point, this Lina. And the smoke is going to lead them in towards mid, where Enchantress setting up with a stolen creep and a catapult, trying to do a bit of chip damage, but it will lead to absolutely nothing in the end.
This feels like the problem with trying to make these ganks. Everyone is farming, and your Lina's just wasted a bunch of time not farming to try and go for a gank that hasn't worked out. Like, what a read from X3 to just dodge this.
That was a great scan. You got great vision down. I just saw Lil having to TP back to base because of these Spark Wraiths.
Yeah, same.
Oh, that's a very wise TP. Tremendous amount of damage from them. SMN's going to come back up top to deward the freshly placed vision that Tusk got up there. X3 doing a great job, defending this mid tower, making sure they're keeping everyone farming up. But they're not really stopping their opponents from doing the same thing. Crystallized Nagasaran still up there. Doom, of course, has gotten his Max Devour. The Hand of Midas has a couple of uses in already. Well on his way towards BKB.
I definitely feel like I prefer PuckChamp late game. It seems hard to me, especially if you're rushing an Ags, it seems hard for me for X3 to deal with Nagasaran with items. And also, of course, you can't discount like Doom, who's gonna be able to literally remove a hero from the fight.
Yeah, especially if
like
you're so reliant on spellcasting with this Axe build that if you get doomed, I mean, Arc Warden's kind of useless, right?
Yeah, it definitely depends on whether he gets the I have no idea what I was just gonna say.
Like, get the hero before he Tempest doubles?
Help me. Yes, thank you. Oh my god. I lost that thought so quickly. My brain is rotting. Yeah. If he uses his Tempest double first, then
Dire's
yes, it
middle
is
tower is under
potentially
attack.
a wasted doom. I think it's maybe more important for him to take out the PA. But
Okay.
you do have a lot of ways to deal with the PA. It looks like Young G is gonna go for the magic build. He's got the ether lens. No yours. Though.
Going
He's
straight
looking
into
for the
travels.
travel.
I guess in a slower game like this, having that maneuverability across the map does make a lot more sense. And push out the waves, force your opponents to react, keep farming jungle when you can. Yeah. And what is the Naga doing? Just Manta style, yeah, skips the diffusal blade, so just trying to look for that earlier scaling, right? The Manta Skadi you talked about.
That's what I'd like to see. I think with Manta Skadi plus like a heart, she's pretty happy to fight. I've seen a lot of Naga signs really struggle to do enough damage going into late game though, where yeah, sure, they're tanky and all, but their main like usefulness comes from cutting waves and just having their illusions be an annoyance on the map. Whereas when the team fights actually occur, like let's just say PA has her Battle Fury, she'll be getting it soon. She has a Deso, she has some other damage, right? She's gonna be jumping in, doing percentage damage with her shard. She's gonna be critting and killing people, and like she actually kills. Naga does not do that. Naga is like death by 1,000 cuts.
She chips.
Yeah. So there is that chance that maybe PA can just man up, jump on the Naga Siren. She has high evasion, like she'll get the 15% talent, like plus 25 blur evasion. Naga Siren doesn't want MKB. It doesn't synergize with the illusions.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's honestly pretty interesting to see this play out, though. You know, the past few series we've had, past couple of days of Europe East definitely has lived up to the region's name of brawling and aggression. Lots of scrappy team fights, but this one very much very deliberate and planned to drag the game out and extend this period of farming to get your cores up and running. 6 to 6, 15 minutes in. This is an incredibly tempered, quiet game from both of these teams.
Definitely think we were all expecting it after this Arc PA versus Naga Doom lineup came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, change in drafting, coming into game 2 of best of 3, Axe 3 throwing something different into the mix. Now we've got the Ags on the Arc Warden, so Spark Wraith doubling up.
It feels so wrong, to have a Lina and say like this is what we're gonna start our draft and kind of anchor it around, but then pivot a completely different way. Like someone on Dire has to not get farm, and it is the Lina, and it feels really sad. She's not even going for like real items. Like Ether Lens travels.
Oh, Lil. You're going to be saved up here by Astral. Even salving to turn back onto this Dawnbreaker. Sugarat helped out by the Mystic Flare to try and burst through Astral, but with that Laguna Blade, Young G makes short work of it. I felt like X3 there, they wanted to respond and come in to help the Dawn, but usually it's the other way around where Dawn wants the Solar Guardian in as mid lane, now all blown up, and just like that, the snap of aggression from PuckChamp, finding 2 core kills and maybe even a tier 1 tower mid now.
Nice. Young G able to just go from top to mid with those travels. He's going for a Blink Dagger. He really thinks that his role in this game is just to stun and try and get his spells off, and I completely respect that when you're playing with a Naga Doom. Malik went for his BKB before Blink. Paying off there, very nice. Gonna just let him walk into anything that X3 has. I don't think PA is gonna be doing enough damage right now, but he feels threatened by that. Maybe his item progression is gonna be this Blink. You have the War Stomp, and then maybe like armor, like a Shiva's Guard and Assault Cuirass would be really nice for the team. You want to try and mitigate this PA, and I think it's probably Doom's job to be the one that deals with that. If you want to get a Halberd or just Armor Aura.
And it's all kind of enabled by having this Tusk hero, right? Having someone who is a do-shit hero. Right now, Astral, his goal is planned to break that smoke, defend himself, and even turn and help Young G get a light strike onto this Undying. Not quite enough damage with the right click, so they need the Laguna Blade to finish off the job. Tombstone's out in the open, though, and that's going to be a pretty easy target here for PuckChamp once they realize the X3 have all disengaged.
Most just using his body to run on in.
Yeah, Mystic Flare spent. The Ensnare does catch the sky. Solar Guardian from the Dawnbreaker landing in onto the illusions, but clipped by the Light Strike array. As Deso Dawnbreaker getting chased down. The snowball from Astral locks him in place with a punch. Malik and Crystallize taking a lot of damage on the Doom there. Sliced by a sphere. Astral needs this Song of the Siren to save him. The Spark Wraiths, though, they blow him up. Tons of magic damage, but the song has allowed them to slip away. Oh, the Spark Wraith, though. Is that going to be enough? He's got Manta. Crystallize.
Is it going to be enough to kill the half health?
No, not to kill him, but like, you know, slow him down. Maybe catch up with the PA. Give the vision.
Yeah. Yeah, he's showing.
I better turn there from X3. Gonna kill the Doom, the Tusk, but oh! Young G! He set that up. Light Strike and Dragon Slave then ran away to back off of that PA. He just comes back in for round 2 with a blink.
Nice blink. Now that he has this, I imagine he'll want to go with Shard. And then maybe Axe, if he can get there. It doesn't seem like he'll be going for anything greedier. Maybe he would go for a BKB, but I don't think he needs it. You have Naga and Doom who are both going to front for you. You can just play nicely on the back. And just poke. I think you can play the game that way.
And you've got some safety, right? You've got Ench with Force Staff, Tusk with Snowball. There's ways to kind of protect you if you do ever get caught out by a PA Blink or an Arc Warden chasing you down. And Roche being pinged out there by the Undying. Not sure if that's X3 wanting to go there or if they're afraid that PuckChamp are already attempting it.
X3 can definitely take Roche with the Tombstone. If they get the time to do it. The problem is that they're not really in a commanding position where, like, we see most of the time the team that's winning, they'll just play around top, and then as soon as the other team shows a bot side either like pushing a tower or just on a outpost, then they're like, okay, we're gonna go into Roche pit. But X3 is not in that position right now. I think it's a bit scary, and PuckChamp as well, they can use the vision from like Ench creeps and stuff. They have like vision poke from like ice shards if they want to check the pit, if they feel like something might be happening. So I think it's very difficult for X3 to Roche like that. I think both teams want to do like a smoke or a team fight and get a pick off and then go to the pit. I think both teams are strong enough to do Roche though at this point.
Yeah, probably feels pretty good for PuckChamp having all 3 cores, top of the net worth, and having his items flying into them. Crystallize closing in on that Skadi, just 1,500 gold away while they do jump Enric top. Solar Guardian comes far too late, and the Light Strike Array catches perfectly timed onto this Dawn to take her down. Just handed to PuckChamp on a silver platter. 2 heroes gone. Where is that Naga Siren? In the mid lane, Crystallize could connect with the rest of the squad into the Roche. It looks like they're focusing on that map control though. Push out mid. Get into this high ground area with the Ancients to stop the PA farming freely. Catch the Undying. Astral fake pumping his Walrus Punch. And SMN tagged by the Infernal Blade. Chaining these kills together. And still has that opportunity to wander into the Roche pit. Ench can tank it a little bit. Young G has tons of damage. And then Crystallize arrives.
Should be theirs. There's no Tombstone either, so even though these respawns are going to come out, they won't be able to get them back in time. They don't have any way to really fight. There's like a huge lack of team fight on both teams, but at least like for PuckChamp, they make up for it with just the blinks and the ability to jump in quick.
Oh man, I mean, Sugar, I think he's trying to get in there to steal or scout it out, do something. Malik's like, nah, absolutely not. I am top of the net worth, Doombringer, king of the game. Has his plate mail already. Mass their forces around that top tier 1. Doesn't feel like X3 really should be fighting this. Incredibly scary scenario, but that's a good tombstone placement. That'll force PuckChamp back, at least for now. The silence and the catch with a concussive shot on the Ench. That's just going to be a full disengage. PuckChamp wave the white flag and say, fine. Yeah, okay, you can keep your tier 1 for now.
No one has died though, and they used the tombstone, so I think now you can just take the tier 2 if you want.
Oh, and they found the PA. She gets her BKB delivered, but just too late. The Infernal Blade War Stomp comes in, and Young G's damage is more than enough.
The Infernal Blade is so unreliable as a way to start on PA, actually, thinking about it. You always have to stomp, which is fine, right? But usually it's nice to be able to like Infernal Blade someone and then stomp afterwards and get that reliable like 2 seconds disable or so. But with PA, you just like miss the hit and suddenly she just BKBs. It's like, oh god!
Oh no. Yeah, well, I mean, if PA got that BKB, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds earlier, maybe she's able to get away from that with some TP rotations to help.
Maybe,
Another juicy kill for PuckChamp. And again, planting themselves in these areas of concern for X3. No longer have access to the bottom jungle. Tier 2 being pressured mid and bottom lane. And no real vision for X3 either in that bottom area of the map. They've got 2 in the mid lane watching top rune spot and the lane mid. And like 5 sentries around their triangle trying to de-ward any vision that PuckChamp has.
They put this nice ward bot on PuckChamp that sees all the heroes behind the tower, and because they see that they've rotated there, they're just smoking to top to look for any stragglers here and
That's
try
really
and take
nice.
that tier 1 tower. Yeah, I think they were hoping to see maybe someone farming the triangle, but they have control of this now. This is a powerful position on the map to be.
Middle tower is under attack.
It's
Getting
going to be
cut 2 waves.
X3 going to smoke now. Young G, he's feeling something. Hides in the trees down bottom while Ents just face tanks that tower top. They don't even show the rest of their squad. I don't find anybody. Nesphere will take the enemy ancients, but they get scanned. Another great read from PuckChamp, understanding that no one's defending top, no one's showing mid on the wave that's crashed into the tier 2. It gives Young G the opportunity just to push out one more creep wave down bottom and TP into mid, gather up your resources. Bounty runes, creep camps to be cleared.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's really been superb from PuckChamp this game. I'm just watching the minimap. I'm not looking at anything else. I'm just watching their pings, their drawings. They're like, yeah, they're here, circling around them here. We know where they are. And I think you're right. That one ward has given this kind of chain reaction of knowledge. They see them there, so of course, by process of elimination, they must be over here, over there.
Radiant's top
It's
tower
really
is
nice.
under
It's really
attack.
nice how they're playing. I totally agree with what you're saying, and I think they just get to cut 2 waves from this ancient position and get the tier 2 tower, and there's not really anything X3 can do. They lack so much team fight that it's hard for them to do a grand smoke and look for that kill. Like PA, she has defensive BKB, but she doesn't really have damage to fight into it. We can see the ways that the item progressions have changed on PuckChamp's heroes too. Like
Yeah.
Naga Siren
Radiant's
isn't
middle
going
tower
for that
is
heart
under
because she wants to do damage. She's going for Orchid instead.
I'll say
Goodbye,
goodbye to you,
chicken.
Skywrath. And also, speaking of item progression, right, the triple blink from PuckChamp. We were looking for these ways to jump onto the Arc Warden, onto the PA, to get these catch and kill scenarios. So nice to see 3 heroes from PuckChamp really, it improve. Like every time you buy another blink dagger, it feels like it improves the previous blink daggers that your team has.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, like 5 to 10 minutes ago, I think we saw how many times like Tusk is blink going on someone and Lina is just following up always. Like look at them again now. They're doing it right now. They gotta find Dawnbreaker.
Yep, Shard, Snowball, chain stunned into oblivion.
Radiant's
The
bottom
tag team with this Lina doing a tremendous amount. And at the same time, it's not just that move, right? They're making multiple moves on the map, where they're pushing in the mid tier 2, catching out the Skywrath. They need this PA to come clear the illusions, but they still lose the objective.
fallen.
Tombstone healed a little bit, but Lil will take that pretty simply. And now the map is incredibly small for X3. They're backed up against the wall. But maybe now with the Aegis being claimed up, and they see crystallize under this Radiant Observer board, it just feels awkward without your Dawnbreaker to go fight 4v5.
It's so nice for PuckChamp heroes having the Naga Siren illusions just clearing the Arc Warden Spark Race. Like all this money investment into an Ags, and it reminds me of like old techies where you just run these Naga illusions through like trees, explode everything. It's like, all right guys, we're all good.
Bloody Spark Wraiths.
Yeah.
Let's clear the minefield.
They're smoking, I think.
Radiant's
They
bottom
don't want to
tower
let
is
this
under
fight come to their
attack.
base. Still that one.
The BKBs trying to match Malik's movement in. He goes for the TP home. They forced down a lot from X3 here. As the Mystic Flare does catch onto the Tusk, but the Song holds them all in place. Shogarat trying to close the gap on them, but Lil crystallize. Everybody going to get away.
Radiant's
3, 2, 1, adios.
You forced TP, but you also use Dawn and PA BKB, and this is PA's 9-second down now. You defend your tier 2 tower, but you've already lost top, so it's not like you're, defending your control of your outpost. I think the smoke idea was very nice. I am sure they're sad that they didn't get more, and PuckChamp can just get right back to it. They know that those BKBs are down, they can just go back on the hunt.
Nice, straight up to that top lane. And who's coming up here? PA and Sky. Oh, the PA jumps on the creep wave. They know. They light strike array. They catch her. Nesphere disappears. Skyrath, the blink stomp from Malik will catch him as well. And they are just picking off everybody. X3 just seems to have no response to this whatsoever. They're so far behind now. There's a 20k net worth deficit. Just scrambling to push out waves.
Yeah. You see heroes on a lane, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the other side of this map. It doesn't matter. PuckChamp have booster travel. They're already running up there. They're just doing the same thing again where they control everything and you never feel safe. And they will continue to do this until they get the next Aegis, and then they will go high ground, and then they will hopefully end. And all X3 can really hope for is just getting some damage on your PA, getting to a point where maybe you can carry. It's just getting harder and harder though. Like I talked about the armor. Malik's got his Shiva's guard now.
Just hope the late game comes. Get us to 50 minutes. Get this Arc Warden 6 slotted.
It might still benefit PuckChamp.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Doom is huge right now, but this Naga Siren, 19,000 net worth. So many items in her inventory. She's like, okay, I'm finishing off my Bloodthorn, but I've still got a Quelling Blade and a Wraith Band in here.
Probably sell those.
Yeah, get rid of them. Full 2 minutes for Roshan to respawn as well. But plenty of time here for X3 to have a couple more cracks at these team fights. If they spot Lil, farming out these Ancients, PA chucking daggers at her. It's so difficult just to get into a fight though. It's like PA has to blink in BKB as the fight starts for the Solar Guardian to follow through. I think it's been a really rough one here for Enrink, honestly. The Scarth Mage, usually we see him paired up with, the offlane hero that actually jumps in and stuns. The DK is an example, the old school Sand King, or even the supports, the Tiny, the Tusk. This time around, Mystic Flares have just been used raw.
That's what I'm saying. They're drafting Dawnbreaker with the intent of having it be a core and then not pairing her with the right heroes. What?
I mean, PA BKB'd for that. They've got to do something, right? No, just run away.
They're gonna run away.
So afraid. Astral. Straight on to the Tempest double. They're even okay. Yeah, Laguna Blade it. Why the hell not? Naga gonna ensnare the PA, knowing there's no BKB now. Man, damn it! Like she's dying to illusions.
It's currently a very slow death. And you, like you said, you want to get that crack, and you need that crack to be successful, because otherwise Doom is going to finish his Ags, then he's going to get a refresher. Now you're playing into two Dooms where your PA, maybe you died to that first Doom and then you buy back and then there's just another one, and you're just never safe. There's nothing you can do.
And there's nowhere on the map they can be safe either. Dire Vision's going to spot them every step they make. Like Malik right now, okay, he's waiting under a Radiant Observer ward. X3, they're pinging him. Like, come on. He's out in the open. He is all alone. I just don't know. What do they do through BKB? Their only physical source of damage is the PA. Everyone else is fully magical. And do they have anything to stop BKB TP? No, right?
They're buying a Basher on PA. She's going to have it soon.
Okay.
Hopefully that's their trade for the Roshan. I mean, I don't think they realize Roshan's going on. They're scared in their base right now. This is the worst.
They're laughing in the chat wheel, so I think they knew. They're just like, we can't do anything about it.
But you want to leave your base and at least farm like a camp or two while the roast is happening, but they see nothing. They don't know what's going on. They're only... I mean, their only ward is this one in the jungle, and that doesn't give nearly enough information. I actually think by Malik standing there on it, it made them more afraid on X3, because they're like, where are the rest of them? Like, there's no way that they're just all top while Doom is there alone, right? That would be crazy.
Yeah, what if the Doom and the Lena's there? I mean, Naga Tusk could probably solo Roshan. Might take a little longer, but I could get the job done. And now the net is closing in around them. Ench and Naga pushing out that top wave with illusions and Warpine Raiders. Bot lane in with illusions. Crystallize keeping this map really tight.
Don't you love Ench item build this game? Like last game and other games, we've seen Ench buy Dragon Lance and try and be a semi-carry, but this game, he knows you're not going to be a core. You have enough cores, you have enough greedy heroes. I'm just going to buy a plate mail, a pipe, really try and keep my team healthy and safe.
Incredibly tanky.
Yeah. He's been able to break these smokes safely without dying as a result.
What's the process for going high ground though? Is it as simple as sending Naga illusions up over and over again?
Definitely not a bad idea.
Because you kind of want X3 to come out with their base for you to fight them, don't you?
I mean, if the game goes late enough, then Tusk will... Oh no, he's going BKB, but he can get an Ags and kick someone out of the base, and that's how you take a fight.
Oh, the force staff Lil in. Starbreaker comes, but doesn't connect properly, and Malik, he's got the chain stuns in onto the Dawn, blowing her up as they doom out onto the Undying, so no additional heals or anything like that. Tombstone being focused as well as Malik, he's got the AoE Doom. Song to reset and back onto the PA we had. Muted, caught out. What can we do? No BKB, no saves, no buyback. PA and Dawn both dead for half a minute at least. Oh, this looks like the game's about to end. PuckChamp heading towards that 2-0 victory. A very straightforward series for them. 8-23 here in game 2. Natty will go on with the Arc Warden Aghanims Octarine. Spam out your spark crates all you want, but there's nothing to stop this horde of heroes pushing into your barracks.
A great shame.
And Malik, straight back in. Enormous amounts of damage from Young G with this magic build. Aghanims delivered out onto your Naga now as well. And they're going to play very defensively. Fall back away. PA respawning in about 5 seconds. No need to overcommit to anything.
Yeah, you can wait for the Doom cooldown again if you want. Kind of chilling. You have way more map control and your net worth is only increasing. Like, you only benefit from waiting longer. It's like insane. It's so insane that you don't have to choose a Doom target anymore. You just Doom yourself and go in.
Radiant are scanning.
And like, he was standing on top of 3 heroes during that fight. That's like 3 Dooms.
Yeah, it's wild. Nobody cast any spells. One last chance for X3.
Yeah, when I look at X3, like, I mean, we should probably talk about what they can do to maybe get back in. You have Basher on PA right now. I think Lena's build does allow her for very little armor. Usually you might see her go the AC or Shiva's or something. Right now, she's got E-Blade, but if you're able to catch her with any level of stuns, maybe you can get her killed.
It's just that this PA loses half her HP to a couple of Lena spells. Yeah. Like, you have to BKB so early on. I see, yeah, Rapier queued up on Nesphere, but that is a pipe dream, a long distance away. And Doom now picking up overwhelming blink. Malik can pretty much just 1v5 the enemy team, it feels like.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Bottom lane shoving in, top lane at the tier 3.
I think maybe it was wrong for X3 to let PuckChamp come to push their base, because now they're together as 5, you're never going to get picked off. Maybe if they were able to smoke around them and like kill someone on the back, could have been a way into a good fight. It's just so hard with this Arc build. I really don't like it.
Yeah, it's toxic, it's nasty, but it's not winning you games. And Astral has made the jump in, deciding to go for the Dawnbreaker. Blowing her up, taking down the Tombstone with her. She does have buyback. As the Tempest double is cleared out, and Young G thinking about the dive in towards Fountain, throws a couple of spells the way of the Arc Warden, but the batches from Nesphere now netted and rooted though. Song of the Siren and the Doom. AoE into the PA to take her out. A buyback from the Dawnbreaker leads to nothing either. Phantom Assassin does return to the battlefield, but impact is lacking as this AoE Doom just stops everyone from doing anything. Another lane lined up for PuckChamp. Taken top, half a bottom. Now the entirety of mid. PA is looking for the leader. Young G bashed and killed. Nesphere gets something. But they're diving tier 4s and clearing through the rest of your heroes and supports. Narwhal trapped inside the ice shards. Malik batters her down.
Yeah.
Now in a 1v5, GG called. And Lil gonna get that E-blade put on him as they fountain dive for the 5-man wipe. And PuckChamp putting an end to this, so no need for fake hype.
Damn. That was rough. That was
I mean, in the words of our Lord and Savior, Sans fan, that was a Gaben top hat level shellacking. Not just the game, but the series itself. It's probably one of the most one-sided series I've seen in a long time. That was PuckChamp all the way home.
That was pretty good.